Place. Party after party, then we mash up the place. Mash up the place.
Big drill on the beat.
Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party.
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'll be giving you guys a full-on New Year Eve's party drama. So we're doing nails, hair, makeup, outfit. So literally like a whole 4-in-1 get ready with me. So right now, as you guys can see, I'm trying to decide on what nails I'm going to be doing. But first of all, I'm just going to go ahead to do a quick pedicure and massage. As per usual, I'll be painting my toenails white. I just feel like white always just looks good on dark skin toenails. Like, excuse you. So after painting my toenails white and everything is done, the entire pedicure, now it's time for the fingernails. So I decided to go with this dark burgundy reddish Christmassy design kind of, you know, vibe, kind of nail polish. And I was doing acrylic nails. Actually, this is my first time doing matte nails. Normally I always do glossy, but I was like, okay, let me just try this matte situation and see how it goes. And I totally loved how my nails turned out. It was just perfect, exactly what I actually wanted her to do for me. The only difference from the picture was that my own nails are pointy. I always like my nails to be pointy. I feel like it's a lot easier for me to work with when my nails are pointy compared to when it's like coffin or like square shapes. Right now she's just going ahead to decorate it on the design. Helen is so talented, you guys. Just take a look at these nails. Isn't it so Christmassy? I had these nails done December 16th. It's been a while though, but yeah. So the next thing we're going to go over to right now is the hair. I'm not a professional when it comes to slaying my wigs, you guys, but I feel like I always try a little bit, you know? So the hair I'm going to be using today's video is from Wowafrican, and this is a Yaki Straight Brazilian hair in 20 inches, and this is 150 density. It comes with 3 combs, like you guys can see, an elastic band that also looks like a bra strap. Elastic band is actually perfect because it actually helps to secure your wig without having to do too much. You also came with an extra elastic band again, just in case the one that comes with the wig actually breaks. And it also had a wax stick in the box. I think it's a perfect complimentary gift if you're actually getting a wig, like combs, wax stick. I always love those kind of little gifts in my wigs, edge brushes. They're always so handy, literally. So now just go ahead. As you guys can see, I tinted my lace using my Lancome foundation. My Cover FX foundation is almost done, so I'm just managing that one. So I had to use my Lancome foundation to tint my lace. So right now I'm just going ahead to pluck the edges just a little bit because I honestly don't think you need to do too much work on this hair. Just put it on from the box and you're good to go. So now I'm going ahead to use my Got To Be Free spray to actually secure this wig down, and then after spraying the Got To Be, I'll just go ahead to blow dry. Just make sure it's dry and the wig is actually properly sealed down. As you guys can see, I just quickly went ahead to cut my lace. I was actually in a little bit of a hurry. I low-key wish I cut that lace a lot more because I feel like I still had quite a significant amount of lace left. And then I went ahead to use my head wrap to just hold that down while I actually do like a high ponytail in the front, because I wanted to do like a half up, not half up technically, but like a little ponytail up and the rest of the hair down. And then I use my wax stick to hold down flyaways, like you guys can see. After making sure that all the flyaways are held down properly, nice and secure, I just went ahead to comb out this ponytail. As you guys can see, the parting is actually quite significant, and that's because the wax stick actually helped to hold everything in place just the way I would love. And then I also use this flexible olive oil ORS holding spray to also make sure that this ponytail is actually secure, like it's staying in shape, more like, I think that's a better explanation to give. It's staying in shape. And then I use this hot comb to just make sure that, you know, you're sealing everything is flattening out just the exact same way you would love. And I did the exact same thing to the ponytail and also to the rest of my hair with this hot comb. And then I also went ahead to use this tiny elastic band to hold this ponytail up, like you guys can see. And that was basically all I did to this hair. It was super simple. I just wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do like a regular center part like I always do all the time. So I decided to, you know, make it a little spicy. The entire details of this beautiful flawless unit that literally looks like a silk pressed hair is going to be down below in the description box. So then I'm basically done with the hair. You guys can see it looks good. It looks pretty decent. Now I'm just going to go ahead to move on to my makeup. So for makeup, I'll be starting off with my eyebrow as per usual. First of all, I'm going ahead to prime my eye area and my brows using my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. So this is actually going to help to minimize the appearance of pores and also mattify this area of my face, because I actually get really oily in this particular area of my face. And then I went ahead to brush my brows using my spoolie, and then I'll be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade as per usual in the shade Ebony to draw my brows, make sure everything is looking, you know, flicky and hot. You understand? And then after drawing my brows, I went ahead to use the Elegant Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn to clean up the bottom of my brows, and I also use this same concealer as well as an eyeshadow base for my entire eyelid space, just so when I put on my eyeshadow is going to pop more. It's going to be, you know, pew like you will see it. You understand? So like I always say, normally when applying any cream products, I always like to tap, just because it gives me more coverage. So you guys will see, while I'm blending this concealer onto my eyelid space, I'll be tapping it just so I can get more coverage. So now I'm basically done putting the concealer on my eyelid space. I'll be using the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey to set this concealer just so it doesn't crease and my eyeshadow just stays in place when it's time to put that. So now moving on to the eyeshadow. For the eyeshadow, I'll be using the Juvia's Place Nubian palette, and I'll be starting off with this brown shade. As you guys can tell, I use that color a lot. I've literally hit pan. So I'll start off with that brown shade as a transition shade for my entire eyelid space, and then after using that brown shade for my entire eyelid space, I'm going ahead to use the darkest brown shade in the palette. It almost looks like black, but it's not black. It's actually like a very dark brown, and I'll be using that for the crease corner of my eyes. And you guys will notice I'm also going to be switching to a more precise brush, because I just want to focus on the crease corner of my eyes without spreading the product all over the place. This eye look is actually very simple. I used only 3 colors to achieve this entire look. I just wanted to keep you very easy and straight to the point. And then after doing my crease area, as you guys can see, that place looks a lot smoky because I'm going for a smoky eye effect. I'm going to go ahead right now to cut my crease using this NYX eyeshadow base, and I just cut the crease halfway through my my eyelids. I won't go all the way through, so just basically like, you know, a little bit past half. I'll just cut that right there, and then I'll go ahead with this shimmery gold color and just pop that on top of that eyeshadow base. Look at that color. Isn't that popping? It's popping, I know. And I just put this, you know, this shimmery gold on top of that eyelid space, just so my eyes can pop. We're going for a night event, so I need to be looking very proper. So now that I'm basically done with the entire eyeshadow look, now I'm going to move over to eyeliner. You guys, I struggle a lot with my eyeliner, but I'll be using the Morphe black liquid eyeliner. I wanted to do like a little wing situation, just a little bit, okay, not too much. After a lot of struggle to get these wings looking like this, I went ahead to use my AliExpress false lashes, and I'll go ahead to put some glue. Normally before I put on these lashes, I normally cut them a little bit, just because it's a little bit bigger than my, you know, my eye shape, so I have to cut it just so it could be my perfect size. And the eyelash glue that I'm using is actually the dual lash glue, and while that is actually drying down, I'll be going ahead to tight line my eyes using the ColourPop black pencil eyeliner. And then after doing that, I will use my Milk Makeup mascara to, you know, make my eyelashes, my natural lashes, pop. And it also makes it a lot easier to blend with the false lashes. When you actually do that, it blends in so nicely, like your natural lashes blends in so well with the false lashes when you put on the mascara. So now I'm going to go back to my brows. Actually, I'll be cleaning up the top part of my brows using this darker concealer in the shade Chestnut. It's a lot darker than the first concealer that we used, just because when I do this, it's a lot easier for me to blend the top part of my brows without having to struggle. I find that when I use like the light shade, I just struggle a lot. And then now for my entire face, I'll be using the Makeup Forever Mattifying Primer. You guys, my skin is oily. I need it to stay matte, so that's why I'm using this primer all over my face right now. It's very mattifying. I think it's perfect for oily skin like myself, so I'll just go ahead to press this into my skin. And then now moving over to color correcting, I'll be using the NYX Orange color corrector to correct under my eyes, my dark circles, my dark spots, and all of those stuff. And then right now I'm going ahead to use my Cover FX Power Play foundation in the shade N110, and then my damp beauty blender it makes the beauty blender, I said beauty blender, it makes the beauty blender a lot softer when it's damp, and it's easy bounceable, and also it blends the product in a lot better when it's damp compared to when it's dry. So I'll just use this damp beauty blender right now to blend in this foundation into my skin and just make sure that everything is sitting right and good. Now I'm going back to the same Elegant Pro concealer in the shade Fawn. I'll be using this to highlight my face, under my eyes, my nose, my forehead, and my chin. I always try to make sure that once I put the concealer, I blend it out right away, because personally I find that when the concealer dries down, it's a little bit difficult for me to blend compared to when the concealer is still very wet. So I always blend it out right away. So like I said, I would just conceal under my eyes to pop my under my eyes a little bit, and then my forehead, and also my chin and my nose. And then don't forget to set your concealer. It's actually very important. So right now, go ahead to set my concealer using the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey, and this is actually going to prevent the concealer from creasing. So you know that breaking that happens under your eyes when you're kind of like stressed out sometimes. Yes, exactly. So if you don't set your eyes with a powder, that tends to happen a lot. So right now, after highlighting my entire face, I'll be moving over to contour. And for contour, I'll actually be using the Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade, it's a shade. The Nigerian Igbo is coming out very well. So I'm using the Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Espresso right now to contour my face. I'll be contouring under my chin, like you guys can see, my nose as well, just so my nose is a little bit more pointy and very exactly. So after contouring my entire face, I also contoured my neck as well, and also my forehead, just basically putting shade to those areas of your face that you want to slim down a little bit, and just want to create a little bit of shadow going on. That's the area that you contour. And then after contouring my face, the next thing I went ahead to do is to bronze my face. Have you guys seen the effect of bronzer when sun is just hitting you? Hi! It's a different kind of explanation right now. So I'm going to go ahead to bronze my face using the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. And I just put that right on top of the contour, like you guys can see. And also bronze my forehead. Look at the shade. Look at the warmth this adds to the entire face. You understand? So now I'll go back to using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in the shade Medium Deep. Of course, this is a lot darker than the Fenty Beauty powder. And I also like to use this to emphasize my contour effect. It makes the contour, the entire contour and bronzer stand out. So I just highlight like right below my chin area. And right now I'm going to go ahead to apply some blush on my cheek, and the blush that I'm using is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Blush in the shade Cheerio. And after putting on this blush, I actually realized that I forgot to highlight my chin. So I'll just go ahead to do that real quick, like nobody actually noticed. And after doing that, I'll be going back to my eyes. For my eyes, I'll be going back to using the ColourPop Black Pencil Eyeliner, and I'll use this for the bottom part of my eyes. And then also I'll be going back to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, and I wanted to use this really burgundy reddish color. So first of all, before I apply that color, I'll go ahead to spray my brush just so I'll get more pigment, and I use the MAC Fix Plus setting spray, and that's the dark red color that I'll be using for like the bottom part of my eyes, just to balance the entire eye look, so the top and the bottom, everything is looking together. And then right now I'll just go ahead to put some mascara as well at the bottom of my lashes. And then after that, that was basically all I did. Right now I'll go ahead to set my entire face using the Morphe setting mist. Just make sure everything is locked in, no movement. You're going to stay like this for the entire you hear me? So after spray my face, ensuring that everything is locked in, right now I can go ahead to I'm going to go ahead to put on my highlighter. And my highlighter I'll be using as per usual is the Fenty Beauty highlighter in the shade Hustler Baby. I highlighted my chin, my forehead, my nose, my brow bone, and my, what else that I highlighted again? My tear duct. I also did some tear duct highlights. And actually, one of the reasons why I like to do my highlights after I'm done setting my face is because, like, when your face is still wet and you apply like a highlighter, you actually get more pigment from the highlighter compared to if you apply it on just a dry surface. Or the other option you could actually do is to spray some setting spray on your brush before you put on the highlighter, and that way your highlighter is going to pop more. And then since I like my highlighter to be a little bit extra, especially if it's a night event, I normally go ahead over top of it with this Artist Couture highlighter in the shade Conceited. I always put just a little bit, actually, just prop because this highlight is literally sparkling like glitter. It's quite loud. So right now, the last thing I'll be doing, we cannot leave the lips hanging. So we have to finish up these lips and complete the entire look. And I'll be using my brown lip liner as per usual, and then I'm going ahead with this Kat Von D matte liquid lipstick in the shade Plat. It gives more of a darkish reddish pinkish color, and then I felt like it was too reddish, so I went ahead to bring it down a little bit using this metallic lipstick, or was it lip stain, from Colourpop. And then the last thing I did was to use this Colourpop ultra glossy lip, and that was it. You guys. This is basically the entire look, and my outfit in this video is actually from Hot Miami Styles. And what else? The bag is from Pretty Little Thing, and the jewelry is actually from Fashion Nova. So that's the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a wonderful night, enjoy your New Year's Eve, and Happy New Year. Bye.
Let me be your man tonight, and I just wanna be the one you like. Only go power, let go.